Well, we definitely had a lot of showers out there for late this afternoon going into this evening, and that's because of a pattern shift that we have seen take place pretty quickly, actually, just in the past 12 hours. Breezy wind from the east. The moisture has definitely returned, and so we're going to notice quite a few rain chances actually this week. Not a bad thing, actually. In October, which typically is one of our drier months, and we have been kind of dry lately, it's good to get some occasional rain chances. And yes, there's Tropical Storm Epsilon, which is out in the Atlantic. Don't worry about that. Of more interest to us is tropical moisture. We talked about this last week, actually, in the deep southern Caribbean and the western Caribbean drifting northward. We have gotten very lucky, though, in that, yes, the moisture has made it up into our area, but it doesn't appear to be developing and organizing into a tropical storm. There was somewhat of a small chance, it looked like a couple days ago, that something might try to develop right in here, but it just doesn't appear to be happening. What instead is happening is all this tropical moisture is drifting northward, and that is what has made it up into our area. Look at these cloud tops. Do you see them right there? Do you see how they're blowing off to the east? Okay, so even though we have winds from the east, the cloud tops are blowing that direction. That is because wind shear in the upper levels of the atmosphere. And that is why this low down in here cannot fully develop, because there's too much strong wind coming in from the west. Thankfully, that's what's keeping us from having a tropical storm developing in the western Caribbean right now. Okay, Tropical Storm Epsilon. It is out here in the Atlantic. Yes, it is developed. Yes, it will probably strengthen. The good news is it's not a huge threat. It's going to come closest to Bermuda. But even there, a Cat 1, assuming the forecast is right, isn't that big a deal for Bermuda. They're very used to that. All right, here locally, that east wind will persist. Okay, so this is what we call a pressure gradient wind. It seems to happen every October. But this time, because of moisture, you see how showers will come across the state. So we actually will have a batch of showers again tomorrow afternoon and evening, just like we did today, come through again tomorrow. If you're looking at, or if you're asking rather, Brian, when are we going to get the first big autumn front? I keep looking at trends up here in the northern plains, and everything that I'm seeing is hinting at around October 29th to 31st. Somewhere in that range, colder air appears to be building and then pushing southeastward. We're too far away to really fine-tune that forecast yet, but as we get closer, I have a feeling we're going to start to hone in on when we're going to get that first big front. All right, so breezy east wind, a few passing showers still out there. However, a lot of them are already gone. Tomorrow, windy with that east wind again, 15-25 knots, so not the best of boating forecasts. Even though technically the small craft advisory is dropped for tomorrow, small craft should still use caution. It is not going to be an ideal boating day with that strong easterly wind. We're going to go with a 50% chance of showers, mainly afternoon to evening, not just tomorrow, but Wednesday, Thursday also. In other words, they will tend to wait until later in the day. The temperatures aren't that bad, actually. They're warm, yes, but not extremely hot. It does look like we could get hotter early next week before the first big autumn front arrives. I'll talk more about that as we get closer.